4:35, and we're going to call our meeting to order. And the first thing on our agenda will be to approve the minutes of the last meeting. So I need a motion.
Motion to approve minutes last week.
I need a second.
I second.
Okay, motion is approved. Our first order of business is to accept the 2010 ILL support grant. Do you need to say anything about that,
I can
Teresa?
tell you a little bit about it. This is a grant from the state. It's a 50% matching grant. The remainder of the funds come from IT's budget. And basically, it will replace 8 of our patron-side computers if you choose to recommend that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen approves this grant.
Okay. Does everybody understand? Okay, we need a motion to accept 2010 to support grant.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we need a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, it passes. The motion to accept the 2010 support group.
I think you need to take a vote on that.
Oh, I guess I do, don't I? I haven't
Yes,
done
ma'am.
this in a long time.
We didn't vote the first one.
We didn't vote the first time? Okay, well, we better vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all in favor of our first one to approve the minutes.
Aye.
Aye.
And now, are we okay, Jeremy?
Yes, ma'am, I believe we're okay now.
We're okay now, okay. Okay, number 2, motion to send patrons with long overdue items to a collection agency. And we discussed this, didn't we, in our workshop?
We did. I think you're looking at a previous agenda, perhaps.
Huh?
I think that's an older agenda. It should be the first page of your packet.
You think I'm on the old agenda?
Or-
I believe I am.
Okay.
It's on the first page.
That's the one, so maybe that's...
Well, mine should be just like this. Should it not? Okay. We need to back up then, erase all that, I guess, right?
Well,
Except for approving the minutes.
Yes, ma'am, except for approving the minutes.
Except for approving the minutes. Okay, the order of business. Recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen to submit an application for the 2011 technology grant.
I'll make that motion that we...
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Number 1 passes. Okay, discussion, painting of the library. Do you want to say something about that?
I would like to. I'm sure you're all aware that the library is looking pretty dingy these days. Spoke to Lieutenant Rue and spoken to Donna about it. Donna and I figured out that there are several areas that could be painted while the library is open, and we've determined which areas could be painted if we choose to close the library. So my proposal is to close the library for the week between Christmas and New Year's. It's our slowest time of the year. Story times are already canceled. It wouldn't affect our patrons overly much, and it would allow me to continue to have all of my staff at my full disposal if we need to go on past that time. In your packets, you have a list of the areas that could be done while we're closed and the areas that could be done while we're open. You also have some data comparing week to week, the attendance in the library for that week, the week between Christmas and New Year's, and the week prior. And you also have circulation statistics for those same weeks.
If I could, is this in our, it's in the budget?
For paint, I think I can find the money for it.
Okay.
I had spoke last Tuesday with Lieutenant Jenkins at the Rutherford County Workhouse.
what my request for him was 4 inmates. We could possibly get more, and I recommend that we do. What I have suggested, if this is approved, is by gaining at least 4 inmates, we can work 7 days a week, since they can only work 5, but we can rotate them on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, because of the amount. Now, the problem is, if you're in a workhouse, yeah, you're a painter. And I suggest, and suggest again, that we use a high gloss for this job, not a flat. And it doesn't take an expert to put it on, but you gotta know what you're doing, so you don't have to. So I figure if we work 7 days a week in the areas that she had talked about were closed, there's scaffolding. I still don't have an estimate of the amount of paint, but I figure also by utilizing the inmates, 2 of them can tape and then we rotate. But I believe, looking and walking through, I will guesstimate that we can have it done in less than 3.5 months by working 7 days.
And how long?
Well, they get here about 7:30, 8 o'clock. We can keep them up to 6 o'clock during the weekdays, weekends, same hours, whatever time we pick them up. And they have to be back by 6. Now, the stipulation is each day, if you keep them till 6, they have to be fed. And, before they go back. So what you're looking at as far as expenses is the material, the paint, the tape, the scaffolding, because you definitely don't need scaffolding for that job. Manpower they're providing. I mentioned 4, he did say we could get up to 6. And that would be even better. As I said, rotate, there'll be 3 days a week where all 6 would be there. It may sound like a traffic jam, but to spread them out into, I don't mean spread them out, but the areas that you're talking about opening to do taping one day while the other 3. So that way we can get the job done a little more expedient. And one of the other expenses that I thought about is, you get this paint, there'll be an odor problem. And we're talking 7 days a week if you're painting. But there is a chemical that you can put in this paint. Any paint that keeps that odor down, it's just going to cost a little bit more. But fans and doors would work. So that's all right.
Have we had the library painted in the past, or just
When-
sections?
When Donna was the director, I believe she had sections painted, but never the whole thing since it was originally done. It's extremely dirty and several
Do you have
areas.
the money for this?
We have the money for it.
We have the money for it. Okay, any more discussion? Then I will need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
And a
I'll
second.
second that.
All in favor?
Uh,
Okay, motion passes. All right, number 3, discussion frequency of sending delinquent patrons to collections.
I think we didn't discuss when y'all first decided to send our patrons to collections that were delinquent. We didn't talk about how often we wanted that to happen, so I guess I'm just looking for some guideline here. Every 3 months, every 6 months? How often do we want to do that?
How often do you think you need to?
3 to 6 months, I think, would be, or 4 months, we could do it 3 times a year. Split it
I
down.
wouldn't do any less than once a quarter.
You don't think?
If you've got, if
you've
you've got it, once a quarter would be,
Could keep it manageable that way.
Yeah.
right, keep it manageable.
Good.
Okay, any more discussion? Okay, I need a motion, please.
I'll make that motion.
I need a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it passes. Okay, we're down to director's comments.
And I just wanted to update you all on recent and upcoming events. Gross Grub went very well. The food lasted for about 20 minutes this year instead of the 15 of last year, so we call that a success. We had about 250 people altogether in and out of the storytime room on that day, and the staff worked very hard to make them happy. So that was a great event. When I gave you the calendars in June, we had Breakfast with Santa noted for the middle of December. We've changed that to the Magic of Santa, which will allow us to let more children come in. Last year we had an issue with all the tickets for Breakfast with Santa being gone after 2 hours. A lot of upset children and parents. So this way, no tickets. Anybody who wants to come in can come in, and I think it's going to be an excellent change. And the other thing that I had to talk about was the fact that we are fully staffed for the first time in a long time, and all of our new staff members are working out very well, so we're excited
Good.
about that.
That's very good.
That was all I had.
I'd like to say something, if possible.
It's possible.
I want to thank Mayor Irwin, Alderman Green, Vice Mayor Gann, and Alderman Waldron, and actually Cena she didn't vote for me, so I'm not going to thank her. But since she has gotten to be mayor, and since the city does give the library board monies, and I really don't think there would be anything, but sometimes applied is stronger than the actual thing, so I'm going to step down off the library board. I've enjoyed it. I think y'all are a great bunch of people, and I'll always be there for the library. But I want to thank all of y'all for putting me on the board.
We took a big chance,
You
didn't
sure
we?
did. You sure did. But I enjoy it, and thank you. I think you're a wonderful director. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ronnie, for helping us. Okay. Anything else? Well, our meeting is adjourned.